Yo, I'm back. I told you I'll be back. Apparently, 16 people have wasted 6 minutes of their lifespan watching my previous video. And these 3 haven't figured it out that this is actually a scam. Thank you very much for your patience and understanding, because today we're gonna take a look at something a little bit different. Now, have you ever watched one of those YouTube videos where everything is a cake? Much like your life right now, everything around you is a lie. Now, what all of these cake videos have in common? Can you figure it out?
Run that back.
Wait a minute. Go right.
Okay, freeze that. Zoom in right here on this spot.
Look a little closer. That's right, all of these cakes have layers. Now I can hear you asking some question. What are these cakes have anything to do with Photoshop? Well, just like this cake, Photoshop also use layers to place and compose your images. Now let's take a look. Now, if you remember from the previous video, we have already talked about the main layout of Photoshop. The layer panel is located on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. But as you can see, it's pretty much empty right now. This is your background layer. Because we are creating a new document, the background layer is just a blank canvas like this. But if, let's say, we drag and drop an image right into Photoshop, the background layer suddenly change into the image that we just drag in. Oh, and what is this? Do you see this padlock? That's right, that means this layer is locked. Photoshop usually lock the very first layer of your image to prevent any, let's just say, unwanted accident. And speaking of layers, there's actually a few types of layers. There's an image layer, an adjustment layer, type layer, and shape layer. Image layer is often referred as just a regular layer. You can create a new image layer and put anything you want in it without affecting the other layer. Adjustment layer is a special kind of layer because it modifies and changes the color or contrast, or as the cool kids say, the curve of your image. You can apply this adjustment layer for all of the layer below it or to a specified layer. The type layer is as simple as it sounds. It allows you to create and type text on your image. The shape layer allows you to make a shape. Shocking, right? I know. Now, you probably noticed that all of the layers that I've just mentioned is arranged based on the order that you make them. So the newest layer will be always on top and vice versa. But this is also mean that we can rearrange the layer to our liking. And what is this eye icon over here? Well, the eye icon used to enable or disable your layers. So, for example, if I don't want this layer to be here, I can just click the eye icon and it will disable the layers. Conversely, if I want to re-enable it again, just click it again. So, rather than using this simplistic yet useless example, let's move on to the real thing. As for today's example, we're gonna make a magazine cover. Using our latest victim as a main subject. Please don't give him more traffic, just come visit me instead. First, we make a new document. An 8 by 10.5 inches will do for a magazine cover. Next, we're gonna make a background layer. You can use whatever image that you like, but as for today's example, I'm gonna stick with something minimalistic. Just drag and drop it into Photoshop. This will create a new layer in the layer panel. To resize your image, simply click and hold at this corner over here and then drag it, or you could hold Alt and it will resize from the center of your image. After that, we're gonna add the subject, in this case, this schmuck. Now, how about we edit a title for our magazine? Head on to the text tool and then type your title. This will create a new type layer in your layer panel. You can resize your text by entering the transform tool by using Ctrl+T. Now that we have the title for our magazine, we can just move on to... Wait a minute. Why does the title goes in front of the subject? But I wanna make the title goes behind the subject like one of those magazines.
Why are you gay?
Now just hold your torches and pitchfork, folks. Remember that we can rearrange all of the layers now. Just pick the layer you want. In this case, we want the text layer. Hold left click and drag it below the subject layer. And boom! Welcome to the graphic design industry. But what if you want to make a frame for your magazine cover? Well, we can create a shape layer. Go to the create new layer and select the shape tool. We are gonna make a rectangular frame around the cover. To save you some time, just copy the shape that you already make. Press and hold Ctrl plus J. It will create a duplicate based on the layer that you have just selected. This is one of many Photoshop shortcuts. Please write it down or keep it somewhere safe. And we are almost done. Except that the subject is a little dull. Maybe a color lookup adjustment layer will fix that. Just go to the adjustment layer and choose the color lookup that you like. And we're pretty much done. Just upload it to your Instagram as usual. Or in my case, I have to make a minor adjustment to my magazine design because I want to ensure my personal safety. This is not a cry for help because I'm definitely doing this in my own free will and not being held by gunpoint. And after a little bit of tweaking, here's the final result. As always, I have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you for your patience and understanding. I'll be back soon enough.